This is Corey Miller, our Director of Regional Operations.
Yes, Corey Miller, CoreyMiller.
Corey, can you just give us an update on where Evergy stands in its cleanup of last night's storm?
Sure. As everyone knows, last night around 1 a.m., we had severe weather that came through the KC metro area and impacted approximately 80,000 Evergy customers. Since that time, in the last 12 hours, we've restored approximately 75% of those customers. The plan is to hopefully get the majority of the customers on tonight. However, we will be working into tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon to get all the final customers on by then.
You guys moving to 24-hour operations?
Absolutely, we are working around the clock. We've got approximately 1,000 employees that are field employees in the field working right now.
I know a lot of folks are short-staffed, but how are your crews looking for an event like this?
We staff for storms like this, so we're prepared for this. We did bring in contract crews, so we've got about 450 contractors that are working on the property as well. And we brought in some of our Evergy West employees as well to assist us here in KC.
For something like this, where 95th Street has these big trees, these big power poles down, walk us through the process of how you guys get power restored to these folks. It looks like there's quite a lot of work to do, at least
Sure.
Where we're looking right now.
Sure. Well, as you can see, when these trees like this come down, they can do devastation to our system. There's really not a whole lot you can do to prevent some of that. We trim trees back as far as we can, but when you have 100-foot tall trees that come down, they're going to do some damage to poles and lines and those kind of things. The restoration process does take a little bit longer when we do have poles that are brought down. So we have to wait for locates so that we don't damage some underground facilities as well. And then it's just a process of getting stuff put back up and restored.
Are you hoping to have 95th Street back open at some point tonight? It seems like there was a lot of trees down on 95th.
We do. We expect 95th Street to hopefully be back open within the next 5 or 6 hours. And that will free up the traffic to flow back through here again.
And that means a lot of these people will be back on too, right?
Yeah, that's the plan, is to hopefully have these folks in the 95th Street area where we're located right now back on into the early evening tonight.
How can customers, help you guys out if they see something like a power line on the ground?
That is right. First and foremost, Evergy is all about safety. So we train our employees extensively to work in these kind of conditions, so they know exactly what they're doing out here. We ask that customers, when they see a line down, they might not know if it's cable TV or telephone. We ask them to just stay back, call us, and we'll come out and verify what it is and make sure that the scene is safe for the customers out there.
Were you guys ready for this storm? I know there was kind of a risk of severe weather.
There is.
How do you kind of ramp up whenever you've got something like that, kind of an overnight catastrophe?
There is. We prepare for these. Again, we prepare for these all the time, but we also watch the weather very, very closely because it does impact all of our customers. So when an event like this happens, we are prepared for it. We're prepared to bring in contractors. We're prepared to bring in extra crews, extra even office personnel to help us as we restore the power to our customers. Again, we appreciate everything that you guys do. We appreciate everything that our customers do and the patience that they have with us as we restore their power. I know it takes some areas longer than others, but we greatly appreciate the patience that you have with Evergy.
What were some of the areas that saw the biggest impact, and then how many have we been able to kind of turn back on over
Sure.
the last 12 hours?
Like I said, we had about 80,000 customers out system-wide for Evergy, and we've restored approximately 60,000 customers in the last 12 hours. The majority of those were along 95th Street here in Johnson County. Well, our Northland area got hit pretty hard with high winds and tornadic activity up there as well. So it's kind of a difference between the north and the south parts of the city that got hit the worst.
Some of the
No, but any time a storm comes through or you have upwards of 80-mile-an-hour winds, you're going to see this kind of damage, whether it's damage to our facilities, damage to customers' homes and their property as well. So those kind of storms just have that impact on the system. when you have trees like this in our neighborhoods that we have, this is something that we have to deal with when a storm does roll through.
Anything else?
Anything else you want to add we didn't talk about that's important?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Call before you dig.
Oh, right.
Good, Jamie. You're good.
All right.